I share math tips with millions on TikTok, but today I'm sharing tips about safety. TikTok has over 50 preset safety and privacy settings to protect teens. Plus, as a parent, I set up family pairings helping.
What's going on, everybody? John here with you. It's a Friday, February 20th, 2026. How's everybody doing out there today? Look, this is one of the times rarely that we actually get up to be a decent time in the Eastern time where it sits at about 3:10. That's where we'll get our puck drop. It'll be 8:10 for the gold medal game on Sunday early. For those of you who are there in the Pacific, that'll be about 5:10 in the morning. So I do feel for Cooper Hopkins and company. Now, what I will say is Alec Nava did message me. He's going to have some college plans with some buddies. I don't think he's going to be able to at least join the Sunday gold medal game in full marks. So I'm going to carry the play-by-play for that early in the morning. Hopefully it is going to be USA-Canada. We'll see what happens. Again, in the Canada-Finland game a little bit earlier, Nathan MacKinnon scores late from Connor McDavid. Finland had a 2-0 lead. Canada came all the way back and won it in reverse, just like that game the other day that we did when Finland did it to Switzerland. So we'll see what happens. So for Team Slovakia, again, you got your notes. Vladimir Orszagh is the head coach. You got Peter Schilherik, Lucas Single, Devar Dvorsky, who we saw in that opening game against Finland when they won 3-1. That's the last time that we covered them. Oliver Okular, Marty Pospisil, Pavel Rogenda from the San Jose Sharks. Former NHLer on the Flames, Adam Ruzicka. Juraj Slafkovsky has been ridiculous in this tournament. Again, we talked about him as a 21-year-old. Also had a ton of points as a 17-year-old in the previous Olympics in Beijing. Tomas Tatar, also part of that forward group. Peter Cernak on defense with Erik Cernak, Martin Fehervary, Martin Jurnat, and then Simon Nemec. Samuel Hlavaj should be the goaltender of record again. Hlavaj was excellent in that game against Finland. Again, only giving up one goal. They were heavily outshot early, but Hlavaj stood on his head, the Iowa Hawkeye, and was able to get the job done. He's going to be a more than capable netminder for Team USA. Team USA now starting to get on the ice here at Rio. Again, head coached by Mike Sullivan. I'm just going to give you all of them here because you should know the names. Matt Boldy, Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, Jack Hughes, Jake Getzel, Clayton Keller, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, JT Miller, Brock Nelson, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, Tage Thompson, and Vincent Trocheck. On defense, you might see Brock Faber, Noah Hannafin, Quinn Hughes, Jackson Lacombe, Charlie McAvoy, Jake Sanderson, Jacob Slavin, and Zach Werenski. Connor Hellebuyck should be the goaltender of record, which do have Jake Ottinger and Jeremy Swayman. I don't think you see Swayman anymore at this point from that game that almost beat him near the boards. Connor Hellebuyck, indeed the goaltender of record. 098 bingo numbers, goals against, 96% almost stopping the puck for the United States. So we're going to be getting underway here. John out here with you on a solo call. I'm going to take you through this one, and I will take you for the gold medal game. What we're hoping is the United States advance to play Canada. Everybody wanted to see that. It's going to be the biggest theater before the closing ceremonies. Samuel Hlavaj is going to go ahead and get the start in net, a 267 goals against, a 39% or 93% save percentage. Is going to be absolutely excellent too. The only thing that's going to be different for Slovakia this time around is when they beat Finland 3-1 in the openers, there wasn't a lot of finish to the Sumi squad. There should be enough of that for Team USA. You could say this matchup might be a tick easier than that game against it was for Sweden, but I think that's also fool's gold at this point because Slovakia knows they win this one, they're going to at least get silver, if not battle for gold against Canada. Anything can happen. We've seen that throughout all these tournaments. They've all been one-goal games for the most part. Up until the game today against Finland for Canada, 4 of the last 5, which counting the women's as well, all went to OT when the United States won that 2-1 in Canada. So this is going to be a little bit of a difficult jersey side, but the U.S. get all white, and Slovakia gets the partial blue. U.S. on the attack for Hlavaj. That one goes just wide as. This will be Quinn Hughes. And across the left point. Good back pass. Eichel, one more touch. That looked like a cross check in front of the net. That was not called. The United States might have been able to dink and dunk that on the first shot of the game. As Connor Hellebuyck will flip this back in behind the end boards now. Slow down for Quinn Hughes. And they'll go left to right. So it is the red, white, and blue for the U.S. They got the white jerseys with the red striping and the blue pants. Slovakia and the all blue with the helmets with the white tops and the red in the middle. Quinn Hughes. Now we'll brace to the left side of the wall. We'll go ahead and give Slovakia puck possession. Adam Ruzicka. Race for the puck now. That negates out the icing. Excellent work there for Pavel Rogenda. Rogenda throws it back to the point. Cernak shoots. This one almost goes off the post as it was picked up by Boldy. Boldy on the rush. He'll send this one down deep as Hlavaj will stop this in behind the net. No problem there, but the United States forecheck, at least trying to steal. Power move toward the net. That one will go wide. This goes up the outside of the cage. And the U.S. will keep it in. Brock Faber. Throw this one in deep. The Larkin right off the left side of the pad of Fehervary. Dylan Larkin with a good opportunity. And then stolen again for the United States as they work in behind the net. Excellent forecheck here. Creates some pressure. Rister. Fehervary fights it off with the right pad. And it'll be stolen by the United States again. Tage Thompson trying to throw this one out in front. Thompson now, big body. We'll get this to the left side dot. Excellent start here for the U.S. Picked up on the backhand. Thompson, feed through his legs, goes just wide. And this will be gloved down. Jacob Slavin, excellent work now on the pressure as this goes back. So that's a really good start for the Team USA as they'll settle this back down. They're putting the pressure right now on Slovakia. They got 3 shots. Don't think Slovakia has got one yet as they've put this shot board on finally at 17:35 of the first. Watching this one from Milano Cortina. This is going to be one more of these games, the gold medal game on Sunday morning. Picked up on the backhand now for the United States. Working behind the horn. Here's a turnaround off the leave. That was Brock Nelson. Picked up now on the backhand for the United States. Here's a chance. That was wide for Nelson, but he'll hold in. United States forecheck has been so good in the first 3.5 minutes here. As Zach Kerensky just kitty corner this to the right side off a long flip. Again, some of those shots, they didn't have those count on goal. They must have just missed. 16:50 left to go in the first. Slovakia taking a long time with Simon Nemec of New Jersey Devils on their breakout. Nemec, this pass right up the gut, just wide of Connor Hellebuyck. Didn't look so certain on that one as this is picked up now toward the right-hand side. This will be knocked up into the air. Started now from Nemec, and this will be settled back down to him. Nemec's pass, that's a good one. Right up the gut on the backhand, and Connor Hellebuyck will be forced to hold. Just in case I accidentally pause the feed, let me just make sure that I go ahead and get this back in real time. Pretty good start to this game as far as pace-wise, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to everything that's going to happen in this one. This will be an O-zone draw that's won by Slovakia. Thrown back into the point from Erik Cernak. Shot gets fought off by Hellebuyck. And on the left side red line. United States. Jake Getzel. Rolling puck gets turned over. Juraj Slafkovsky, number 20, is the dangerous man. U.S. would have been off. They got to check back up. Austin Matthews technically the captaincy on this team, just like 4 Nations. As this one goes off the stick of Jake Getzel. United States content to throw it in. Shot board meets 3-2. Stars and stripes. We're still scoreless. Almost inside the first 5 minutes. Tage Thompson throws it back, and no robo. Pass up the gut. Rister scores! Right off the rush! It's Dylan Larkin again! 15:41 of the first, captain of Erik on Detroit Red Wings. My hometown guy, Dylan Larkin, does it again. And the United States get first blood here against Slovakia. Boy, oh boy, I love to watch Dylan Larkin play for Team USA. Dylan Larkin, what a dog. What a dog, man. He's so good. I love the fact that he actually gets to shine on the biggest stage. You don't see that very often outside of that, but with the Red Wings, obviously you do. Let me get this typed up here. 15:45. Flies up the gut. Slovakia with a threaded pass. This will be stopped by Connor Hellebuck. Again, Zakharensky and D-Boss, Dylan Larkin, they played at U of M. They're good friends. And a lot of these Michigan boys doing an excellent job there. Nelson trying to get a pick up passes. This will be sent back around. Hlavaj have to make another stop. So United States shooting out like a cannon now. A la Columbus Blue Jackets. They lead 1-0. D-Boss got the goal for the United States. Boy, does that feel good to say as it's sent back around now for Simon Nemec. But an excellent start for them. Now, this is the matchup. Not going to take anything for granted on Slovakia, but you figure if the United States can jump out early, get a multi-goal lead, dictate the pace, this will not be like the game against Sweden. They're going to have to press. Here's Quinn Hughes. Then we'll throw it on Natarava and make the save with the glove. 14:30 in the first. They keep talking about Dylan Larkin, the Waterford, Michigan native, as far as not being one of the stars, but yet why does he always come through in the big situations? Because he's a star. That's what he is. He's the leader of the Red Wings. Marty Pospisil now trying to get a piece of one Brady Tkachuk and knocks off his helmet. And Pavel Genge now trying to get a piece as well. If Slovakia's only answer, and I'm only saying this because it's early, is to throw punches in the front of the United States, I think they'd be more than smart enough to continue to dictate everything on the ice, and then once they get a little bit more of a lead, probably do a little extra. As Tkachuk was getting ragdolled in behind, all he was trying to finish one little rebound there, and Marty Pospisil of the Calgary Flames, who I would like in any other portion if we were covering them again, was just whipping them around. Clayton Keller going to go back on the ice for Team USA. Jack Eichel going to take this draw against Martin Pospisil. And this will be won by Jack, picked now by Quinn Hughes. Clayton Keller, cross-ice speed. This will be sent to the net. Harama actually knocks it away with the left pad. It got deflected. Tage Thompson, good reverse hit there for Charlie McAvoy to at least keep this across from center ice. And the U.S. dump it ahead. Now we get another check toward the U.S. bench from Slovakia. They're really wanting to go ahead and get the physicality out of the way of the U.S. right now, but they got to score a goal. Connor Hellebuck now on the back pass as this gets knocked away from Jake Sanderson. Cue ball knocks it ahead for Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk rolling vulcanized rubber gets settled down back at the point. And this be started again for Quinn Hughes. So nice to have him back in there. The U.S. have iced the puck. He was not available in Four Nations. He could have easily been the difference for the United States to beat Jordan Binnington on that side last year. Have him back to score that game winner against Sweden. I don't think that comes as any surprise. 13:39 left to go in the first. And unfortunately, this is only my first look at the United States. So we're going to need to make sure that they find a way to get to Sunday against USA Canada, because that's going to be the biggest draw of everything else. As this is back around the end boards now. Juraj Slafkovsky try to get there, as this will be Tomas Tatar that gets stick lifted. Now to the right side boards. Austin Matthews have this ball back to him. And a race for the puck. The U.S. can get it. It's going to give Slafkovsky some puck possession, but he loses it across the offensive zone left side blue line. Matt Boldy finishes his hit, tries to pry the puck loose. Boldy, excellent effort, but this will go back down on the U.S. end. Here will be a race for the puck now. Zach Werenski got a primary on Dylan Larkin's goal. His pass sprung Larkin up the ice. It'll be another play blown dead against the U.S. that cannot change. It's a really cool report there from Catherine Tappan, Johnny Gaudreau, and the family. They're all there to go ahead and check out. You got Guy Gaudreau alongside Meredith and the kids. 2025 Double IHF World Championship gold medal ceremony when they had Johnny Gaudreau's jersey on the side. They have that there in the locker room as well. You know, he would certainly be here at this point if not for that tragic accident. As they're showing some camera shots of Zach Werenski, and I'm sure he's looking up in the crowd as well, talking about their great relationship. Man, oh man, can't help but think about that every single passing year, not just as a Flames fan or anything for the United States or the Columbus Blue Jackets, but we all miss him. And you know the United States wants to do it for him yet again, especially now this time in the Olympics. Against Canada, that would be the biggest thing in the world to be able to see that on Sunday, but so cool to see Guy and the family and the kids there at that spot. Milano Cortina. It's going to be another D zone draw for the U.S. Couple icings and then a long shot that was held by Connor Hellebuyck of the Winnipeg Jets, the Commerce, Michigan Township native. All three stars of the game against Sweden in that 2-1 win were all from Michigan. And we'll see what happens again. Megan Keller played at, she's from Michigan as well, my old stomping grounds at the Oakland Press. Matthew Mowry had some softball photos that he showed of Megan Keller. And then she scored the game-winning goal as the defenseman of the United States against Canada yesterday. So pretty cool to be able to see some of that stuff for the U.S. women. Now trying to get the U.S. men in that same spot. Fehervary's chance will be up high into the trapper of Connor Hellebuyck. No screen out front. Connor's going to be able to go ahead and play the rest of these games. You know he's going to play on Sunday as well. And then everybody will head back that hasn't already to report to the NHL portion of their camps and get going for Wednesday when they start the season again. Noah Hannafin, and off the rush gets stick this side. There was a good body contact there, but Slovakia now racing on the right side. Here's a chance for Nemec. That one goes in the corner. Slovakia now off the spin and turn. Fehervary tried to help hold the line, and this is good stick defense there for the United States. JT Miller will knock this one back down. Again, And for the New York Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets that haven't had the season that they've been hoping for, gets a chance to play some really meaningful games because probably not making the postseason at this point. Again, you only have about a handful of games, 25 to 27, 28 at the max. The United States, or I should say the Detroit Red Wings, have played 3 more than most other teams. So hopefully they won't have as many back-to-backs and a lot of other stuff because Dylan Larkin's got some very important work to do after this, try to get a gold medal and then get the Red Wings back in the playoffs for the first time in 10 seasons. As this will be flipped up ice now. Here's a spin and turn. Pavel Genge gets thefted by Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk will send this across for Jack Eichel. Eichel on the left side red line will throw it back to Quinn Hughes. Here's a cross check. Charlie McAvoy and Fehervary have a collision. And I think we'll see who takes the call. Live sport might be a little bit ahead of what we would get. So we get, let me make sure I go back here. Charlie McAvoy going to get the interference call. So Slovakia with the first power play of the game. A camera shot cut late. McAvoy is going to get goaltender interference. I would say it's a little bit soft, but Hlavaj does it right. You can't make any contact. This is like double IHF rules. That is a penalty. Now that I look at the second one, it's a little more forceful. First one that was zoomed out didn't look so much, but Ruzicka and McAvoy doing battle. Hlavaj gets knocked down. I got no problem with that. Charlie McAvoy go to the box. Now it's up to the United States to kill it. 11:09 left in the first. Be a D-zone draw win. Picked up here for the United States. See if they can get possession. Ruzicka part of that power play as well, as it gets flipped back down to the ice. Juraj Slafkovsky will be the trigger man to get all the shots, no doubt about that. 3 for 13. Not too bad for Slovakia, about 23% of this tournament. Nemec send it back, and we'll try to see if they can find an entry here left or right for Slovakia. This one bounced off a couple skates. Slafkovsky sent this one down the ice. This is held nicely by the Slovaks. Left side red line. Nemec keeping his head up. High slot. Here Dvorsky, one more touch. This is a slap pass there with an attempt for Slafkovsky as this goes back to Juraj Dvorsky. Dvorsky is one of the youngest players alongside Slafkovsky that were dynamic in that game against Finland. U.S. have not conceded on the penalty yet. As Dvorsky's feet across will get cornered down the ice to Hlavaj. Halfway through the first. John Under with you from Milano Cortina. This is the last of the semifinals. Canada's waiting in the goal at 8:10 Eastern on Sunday morning. We'll see who else gets there. Finland will be the third place team. They're waiting for their opponent as well. Here's a touch. Picked up now. Now Dvorsky, good stick blade for the U.S. Knocks it loose. And I don't know if there's going to be enough time for Nelson. Short-handed. Jake Sanderson. Nelson, one-timer. And that one fought off by Hlavaj. 9:25 left to go in the first. That was a short-handed chance, a one-timer that was pretty good. And now Slovakia with a save by Connor Hellebuyck. This will be flipped down the ice, and Charlie McAvoy will be released from the sin bin in about 5 seconds. Drake Sanderson and Brock Nelson combined for that short-handed one-timer. And the U.S. still unblemished when they're down a man. Now to the left side red line. This is a stick chop in deep, as this will be recollected a couple times by Klaymanen, number 11. Now the United States try to get this to the left side red line. Good hit near the players' bench, and now some double duty as the U.S. got to get away from some of these stick blades and some hits. There's Vincent Trocheck now. We'll throw this one back to the left sideline as it's picked up from Brady Tkachuk for a moment. Trocheck now for Brady. He throws it back to the point, but nobody's home. The United States will recollect on their own end. Here is Zach Werenski. Again, he's got the primary from Larkin's goal. It's turned over. U.S. is right back there. Werenski, no problem with the stick check. He's got it now. Little flip pass. Intercepted by Slovakia. Right across center ice, they'll work. Another stick blade backs it away. U.S. have had enough numbers back each time to stop that attack as it's flipped in an open corner. Left side dot up and on a play. 8:02 left to go in the first. United States still lead by a goal. It's 1-0.
Our latest invention, retinal vision. AI2 delivers ultimate clarity for unmatched security. Protect your home like I do with retinal vision on these 4K cameras and doorbells from Ring. Shop now at ring.com. Kraft mac and cheese is better than winning a medal. We don't make you train for 20 years. And your intense dad won't take credit for it.
So what do we get here? Yeah, Zakharensky going to get a delay of game. It's the second penalty on the U.S. So the 11 of 11 penalty kill for the United States going to get tested again. Zakharensky busted for a delay of game as the United States pull ball it down to Hlavaj, left side red line. 1:45 left to go in the second power play. United States still lead. Detroit Red Wings' Dylan Larkin scored the first goal of the game, just like he did in that game against Sweden. Quinn Hughes finished it off, a couple Michigan teammates, and then Connor Hellebuck from Commerce Township, Michigan. As Regenda, he gets all tied up. Dvorsky does as well. This goes back to the point. The U.S. now can kill some time. There's a spin and turn now. Vincent Trocheck, I believe that is. Over this around the corner is the Bar Dvorsky has this now. He was so good in that opening game against Finland when Slovakia won 3-1. They're definitely game for this. This is picked up now nicely up the gut. This is dangerous. Dvorsky gets it now toward the right side dot. Dvorsky, high slot, throws it back to the point. He'll get it back now left dot. There's cross pass for Slafkovsky. They're patient, waiting for a lane. Dvorsky now. Back to Juraj. Cross pass. This is deflected off a skate blade up and on a play. 50 seconds left to go. They just needed one more guy up front for Slafkovsky to maybe one time that home to tie the game for Slovakia, but it's not been there. The U.S. been covering that cut. Slafkovsky, 7 points in 4 games, 20 shots on goal, and a +1. The 21-year-old has done everything. Again, he did a lot of that same damage as a 17-year-old in that last Olympics in Beijing. Finland's not going to defend a goal. They lost to Canada today, 3-2. They had a 2-0 lead. They're waiting for their bronze medal matchup, 2:30 Eastern on Saturday. Trocheck. Flip this one back down the ice slowly, so that will kill tons of time. And Hlavaj will have to take this one back. Started for Peter Cernak. Try to get this one up the gut for Slovakia. And this will be played with a hand pass. It's going to blow the play dead nonetheless. 6:33 of the opening frame left to go. I don't think we're going to have a ton of YouTube traffic here because there's so many of you guys probably watching this live or working. There's so many other watch parties. But again, I'm going to take this all the way through nonetheless. Center ice zone draw. Jake Sanderson will flip this one back down. This will be one more pickup here for Slovakia. Try to take this one up the gut. This is iced against Slovakia. They did not gain the red line and attempt to dump and chase as Erik and company got to go back. So for Juraj Slafkovsky, again, 7 points in 7 games. He had 7 goals in 7 games. Won the bronze medal last year, did the Slovaks. And it would not be surprised if the U.S. beats Slovakia today, that they can repeat that same state that they did in 2022. They'd have to do it against Finland this time around. But still, Slovakia, very dangerous. Had a lot of respect for them in that game that I watched against Finland in that open. Yes, they got outshot a little bit, but Hlavaj was excellent. And just like he's been so far in this game, he has stopped 8 of the first 9 shots of the United States, but his team is down 1-0, as that one was just outside of the left dot from Jake Sanderson. Shot board 9-6. Dylan Larkin, the only goal of the game so far. Larkin, a rare draw loss. They said he was 25 of his last 30. As this will be whirled back in behind the inboards to the left side red line. And this will quickly race the other way. Larkin, normally used to seeing him wear number 71. He's wearing number 21. And for the Olympic side, whatever number he wears, he's always dynamic. That's what you can always say about Dylan Larkin. As this is Quinn Hughes. We'll throw this one back. U.S. has some trouble with it for a moment. Zakharensky back out. Quinn Hughes is content to let it go between his legs. Into the neutral now. Jake Getzel, always dangerous. This is a nice pickup here for Quinn. He's activating all the way on offense here. He'll drop it back for Getzel on the left side boards. Cross-ice speed is not a good one for Jake. And that's going to give puck possession here to Slovakia. They'll flip this one back in behind the inboards. Pavel Genge now try to go ahead and give chase. And this is immediately turned over, thrown across left side red line. Slovakia finds entry again. Picks it up. Regenda now almost lost an edge. Try to get around the referee near the right side red line. Going to chase for it now for Quinn Hughes. Pivot. Lost the puck, did Quinn. Austin Matthews. That's a weak clearing attempt, as this one is down near the left side boards. He's not going to be that same type of goal scorer, Austin Matthews, again over the years that he would be for Team USA. He's going to be the defensive two-way forward that you would normally see for that captaincy of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Good touch pass here. I think Kachuk sends Zorensky. That shot goes wide from the left post. Centering feed for Kachuk out in front, bounces off his skates. Touch pass up the one-on-one. Slovakia, one more feed. Good defense out in front. That one closed it off for Noah Hannafin of the Vegas Golden Knights. Kachuk. This is a race for it. He can't find it. This will be catapulted in. Connor Hellebuck will stop it behind the net. Slow feed. Is able to safely get it out, though. United States transition in the offensive zone. Eichel, short side wrister off the stick of Hlavaj, up and on a play. 4:03 left to go in the first. Matthew Kachuk getting some camera shots alongside Austin Matthews. Again, USA, Canada, looking at some of the stuff now for the U.S. women. Hillary Knight, and off the tip. And then Megan Keller with a beautiful goal. Again, watch her play some softball and alongside Oakland County. And then getting a gold medal as that was a disgusting move against Stacy. The defenseman scores it 2-1 United States. USA's knight in shining armor, Hillary Knight, 33 points, 15 goals. Team USA all-time points, all-time goals leader. Excellent stuff there for the women. Men are trying to follow suit to make it to Sunday. Dylan Larkin going to play on the off wing here. Tage Thompson going to get set to take the draw. And if they ever take Thompson out, you always got Larkin in there for the draw as well. Quinn Hughes will be on the back end on this line. Tage wins it. And the U.S. will start with puck possession. Hughes fires it. And this will get deflected back to Connor Hellebuyck. Stop it slowly with the stick. 3:50 left to go on the first. Quinn Hughes has it for the U.S. Good pass. And this will be flip attempt towards Tage Thompson. And this will be recollected back now for Jack Hughes. This is a feed out in front. A good save off the one-timer for Hlavaj. Tage Thompson, Jack Hughes combined. He made that look very easy up front. He got big in that goal crease. Jack Hughes on the back pass, and that was blistered by Tage. That was almost a no-look one-timer. He got all of it. And again, you got a guy that's about 6'6", number 72, Tage Thompson. He is about as good as it gets when it comes to scoring goals or getting assists. And the Buffalo Sabres are one of the hottest teams in the league. They've fought their way back from way out of the playoffs to all the way in it. They are sitting in a wild card spot. The Red Wings are third. It is Hughes on the backhand now. Boldy will throw it on net as Austin Matthews. Flip this one around. This gets back to the point. Sauce nicely. Quinn Hughes again. Deflected. And this one, turnaround chance. It was lost between the skates. Hlavaj stopped the first deflection. 3:10 left to go in the opening frame. Dylan Larkin still with the only goal for the Red Wings. Feed out front. Canceled off by Juraj Slafkovsky. What a pass. Able to get this now out of his own end. And Dvorsky's feed will hit the glass. The United States have done such a good job defensively in this game. They started like a bat out of hell offensively to get that first goal. It's got more even, but the U.S. defense has been splendid. Quinn Hughes will get this to Eichel. Hard pass from the left side red line. Sends it in. Hlavaj going to stop it. 2:30 left to go in the first. U.S. Sanderson try to hold it in, but the whistle will blow the play dead at 2:32. Offsides. Slammed in behind the inboards now as Brady Tkachuk tried to find it. This will be recollected on the left side. Brady's going to finish his hit on Oliver Okular, but this is Slovakia across the right side rush. Cernak trying to lead it. U.S. got to do some work in their own end now. 2:05 left to go back in first. Trying to with you on this solo call. Sent around from Noah Hannafin. Jake Sanderson will at least get this one back to the defensive side. And this will be settled back down for Peter Cernak. Cernak has it for Slovakia. 10-6 on the shot board. Again, a good USA start. Good defensively. They killed 2 penalties that Bush didn't have to take, but it's been pretty even since then. Slovakia definitely game for this. You can definitely see this game being a 2-goal, maybe an OT, something like that, if it keeps up at this pace, if the U.S. don't find that second gear. Settle down now to Connor Hellebuyck. He'll play it. U.S. quickly have to get rid of it. They turn it over. Back in behind. This goes to the point. Deflected. It is loose. Connor Hellebuyck made the first save. As this goes to the right corner now for Jack Hughes. Hughes now turning on the burners in his own end. He's able to escape the initial pressure and get it out to the blue line side. U.S. can take some changes. Here's Quinn Hughes, little elite edge. Works his way to the left side dot. Spins across the bumper. Hughes gets taken down. Penalty hand in the air. The United States are going to go to a power play. 57 seconds left to go in the first. It's a trip. So Milos Kelemen is the one that is guilty of a tripping call for Slovakia against United States power play. If they don't score in 57.2, they got carryover time. And that would be good anyway, because then you get the Zamboni dice. You got Austin Matthews. It's set to take this draw against Matthias Sukol. Sukol was good in that game too, but it really was Dvorsky and Juraj Slafkovsky who we noticed the most in that game against Finland. Quinn Hughes on a back pass. It's Jack Eichel near the left side dot. Eichel patient to Quinn. One touch pass near the left dot. That's still where Eichel is. High slot, one timer. What a rip and a goal! My goodness, Tage Thompson, short side bomb! And the U.S. score on the power play. It's 2-0. This is why Tage Thompson was out of the roster. He wasn't in Four Nations, and neither was Robo, but you got Tage. That's an unbelievable short side chance as Slovakia tries the counter here. They give up one on the power play. Slafkovsky, 15 seconds left to go. This is ripped, blocked out in front. The U.S. there to clean it up. Jake Getzel gets it out, flips this one back down. That is going to kill the rest of the first. The United States get a big power play on a tripping call that Quinn Hughes was able to get back to Jack, and Tage Thompson and Dylan Larkin, two Atlantic Division product. I'm also very happy to say that as well. That's what I follow. 2-0 USA against Slovakia after one. And I can't stress this enough. On that back pass from Jack Eichel to Tage, Hlavaj does actually get all the way over. It's an unbelievable shot for Tage Thompson. Don't know how he has not just that much space to shoot because it was an obscure angle from that left dot, but Hlavaj does get there, somehow sneaks it through because the shot I think has just got so much power to it, and it gives the U.S. a 2-0 lead after one. I'm going to give you a stat reset. When the recorder comes back on, we'll call more. Holy cow. What a shot that was for Tage Thompson. Not going to be able to get over that. You got Jack Eichel and Quinn Hughes. So Thompson got a goal and assist in this game. Power play one for him. From Eichel. And Quinn Hughes. This is kind of what I thought was going to happen. Again, the two penalties that were against the U.S. for delay game interference, it's going to be tough. They don't give up on anything on it, though. Kelemen goes in the box. It's a trip, and the Slovaks have to pay for it. Shots on goal, 11-8. USA. Face-offs. 14-7. USA. Power plays. 0 for 2 for Slovakia. USA 1 for 1. So you reset. First period, 15:45. Dylan Larkin scores. Renski flies at the gut. Slovakia gets caught on a bad change. Short side rip for D-Boss. 1-0 US. Gets off to a good start. Forecheck's been dynamic. Larkin of note, it was 25 of 30 face-off wins for him. USA, that's over the previous game, had iced the puck a couple times at 12:46. Face-off hold for Hellebuck. Shot board was 7-4 at that point. 8:02 US get another delay of game. McAvoy interference on Marabai. Nelson gets set up from Sanderson on a one-timer pass turned away in the slot. Renski delay of game. Both penalties killed. The game starting to look even again. Juraj Slafkovsky just needed a passing lane in the slot, but it was covered. Quinn finds Jack Hughes, who gets tripped. Tage Thompson short side rocket and set up for Michael. That was a hell of a shot. As I said, Rabbi was there, but that power I think was enough to just get it over from the top of the left dot. And the U.S. off to a good start. They lead 2-0 on Slovakia.
I think they had everything in it. This is the U.S. team that we all wanted to see from physicality, face-offs, goal scoring, goaltending. We had it all that period from the drop of the puck. It looks like the U.S. team is for real.
Take me right to the start because the aggression and the attention was right there for the U.S. You could see as those shifts started going, leading up to the goal by Larkin, they were rolling. What's it like when you're a player?
So let me give you the resets as far as the goals and everything on the stat board if anyone's joining in the intermission.
You feel that on the bench. You feel that when a guy leaves you a good shift to get into, an opportunity to go north, which would be toward the opponent. And Dylan Larkin, I have absolutely loved his game. I thought against Sweden, he was one of the best scorers on the ice, doing everything. You see it here, his first shift of the game, getting a scoring chance. Now he flies off the bench. I could never skate that fast, even if I rounded the zone. I don't know what the miles per hour were, but he's flying in there, gets a big goal, and then on the penalty kill, shorthanded. The U.S. team has been so good on special teams. We saw in the Canadian game earlier, 4 of the 5 goals came off of special teams, 3 power play goals, 1 penalty kill goal, and so that there's a large emphasis on special teams when you get that man advantage here in this Olympics.
And maybe that's why the goal at the end of the period on the power play was so important, TJ, because you can't keep
Those are resets in the comment box.
And it looked like Slovakia got back to the game a little bit, and they kill off the 2 power plays and then get the goal on the power play at the end of the period to take that momentum.
Yeah, and special teams can, even on the penalty kill, you can build momentum for your team. I thought U.S. did a great job there. 12 for 12, 100% on the penalty kill, 4 for 10, 40% on the power play. And so with that power play goal at the end, you want that. You want that momentum going into the locker room. So you still feel good about yourself. You feel good about your first period. And Team USA did everything they had to do. And man, that Tage Thompson's last shot one-timer there. Woo! I love that.
That was pretty sweet, almost like the McKinnon one we saw for Canada to win the game 3-2 earlier today. TJ, thanks. Enjoy the second period. Great to visit with you again.
Yes, sir.
TJ Oshie, the hero in 2014 with all those shootout goals for the United States they played in Sochi. U.S. trying to get into the gold medal game against Canada. See the first. The United States have 2-0. Catherine's happened. Tom Smith. Dylan Larkin. When we come back.
I'm Tracy Morgan. In my new comedy, I play Reggie Jenkins, a former pro running back who's made some mistakes and is trying to prove he deserves a second.
We only have 15 seconds.
Let's shoot short.
DraftKings Casino has all your favorite slot games. Sounds like fun. But wait, that just don't sound like it. Maybe it sounds like... or something more like... Fun definitely sounds like... whatever fun sounds like to you, the #1 casino app has you covered. It's the funnest fun you've ever fun. All players get a free daily reward and a chance at $5 casino credits every day.
Play it like the professional women's hockey team. Home of the fastest, the fiercest, the best. From every day of the week to every 4 years. This is the game that asks us to be more, not less. More united, more fearless, more us. This is the PWHL. Play it big.
Every truck month, trucks talk tough. Only one delivers the trucks worth talking about. Ram Truck Month. The most powerful light-duty gas lineup in America. Backed by America's best powertrain limited warranty. Built to never stop. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Truck Month. The only one worth the talk. Nothing stops Ram.
During Ram Truck Month, well-qualified current FCA employee lessees can select 2026 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock for $308 a month with $308 due assignment and no down payment. See your Metro Detroit Ram dealers.
I'm Emily, and I chose Premier Home Group. We were able to get everything we wanted and keep it within our budget, too, I think, which is important.
Limited time offer. Get $1,200 off your new shower or bath project.
I absolutely wish we would have done this sooner.
You've known us for a long time. Our name matters to us and to our clients. And we're not alone. The firm behind our family is accomplished, respected, trusted. We've won tens of thousands of cases, but the most important case is yours. No better lawyers.
Today's first period highlights are brought to you by Pokemon. Check out the start of this game, and the goal we showed Dylan Martin putting the U.S. up 1-0. Zach Walensky setting him up. Martin was the best man in Walensky's playing last night. They were University of Michigan teammates who were playing youth hockey together. In Detroit, 1-0 they had on that goal. And then the U.S. continued to keep the pressure on. Hughes threw it in front, and the Kachuk brothers were Kachuking in front of the net, trying to cause havoc, trouble, set a tone in this one. The U.S. continuing with their attacks, and the goaltender who plays most of his hockey in the AHL, league right below the NHL, Hlavaj, has been sensational for Slovakia throughout the tournament. Had to be called up multiple times to make big saves from in front. The United States getting good shooting lanes on him throughout. Then on the power play, the U.S. goes to 4 of 10 in the tournament. Hayes Thompson set up. Hughes and Eichel with the assist. Jack Eichel the primary. USA up 2-0 through 20 minutes. As it felt as you're watching out shooting, Slovakia killing those 2 power plays. And a 2-to-1 ratio at the face-off time. First goal scored by Dylan Martin. Speaks after the first intermission. What captain's happened?
Dylan, a great start and a great finish to the first period for you guys. How much emphasis was put on the first 20 minutes of play in this game?
Yeah, it's everything. We've been talking about it since the start of the tournament, and I think we've gotten better as the last few games have gone on. And big start physically. We were in it mentally, and winning battles, winning puck battles, moving it up the ice, and scoring some big goals.
You had your fingerprints all over this period. You had a big goal. You had a shorthanded chance. You killed off some penalties. How badly do you want this one tonight?
As bad as they are. So just trying to do little things and chip in when I can.
Appreciate the time, Dylan. Thanks.
Thank you.
Winning this one, the U.S. will win a medal in the Olympics for the first time since 2010. It's the last time the U.S. won a medal. Guaranteed with the win. There's some gold medalists. The U.S. women's hockey team. But it was a shot. Enjoy the game like a lot of American fans are. 2-0 USA for 20 minutes. Second period coming up.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi, I'm showing off my clear skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And most people were clearer even at 5 years.
Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Kraft mac and cheese is better than winning a medal. We don't make you train for 20 years. And your intense dad won't take credit for it. Kraft mac and cheese, best thing ever.
Lowe's knows when you need a new appliance, you need it fast. So we offer next day delivery on hundreds of appliances. Plus, members save more. And we'll haul away your old one. When you need it fast, we've got you covered. Shop Lowe's today. We help, you save.
Hang on a second. Curl me for that ulcer? Curl you? So smooth. Yes, it is. You have money, then you don't have money, and then you have money again.
Listen till the end of the week.
You have money, then my point is sometimes you realize when that, I worry about all this stuff, When you're my age, you start to try to plan. Listen, I'll take care of these kids for the rest of the life. I'm getting old. I don't know how long I can do it.
We treat our pets, we treat ourselves. You brush, they chew. You squat, they spring. Healthy routines for you, healthy routines for them. Greenies make health a treat.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today's. Cooper, I can't understand.
I can't. Worry wandering, encountering the unknown. They are starved for the truth. When the time is right, everything will become clear.
This is Disclosure Day.
The 25th Olympic Winter Games on NBC are brought to you by Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Salesforce, helping people and AI agents drive customer success together. Starbucks, official partner of Team USA. And Nike, all conditions clear.
Closing ceremony, a couple days away. Some great news today. The flag bearers for the closing ceremony. Evan Bates won half of the chop and big ice dance silver medal teammates. Will carry the flag for the U.S. Evan in his 5th Olympic Games. Just like Hillary Knight, who found out on the Today Show with her gold medal winning USA women's hockey team that she will be the flag bearer as well. Tears in the motions. Going 48 hours for Hillary. Engaged, game time gold medal, flag bearer. Look, proud Americans there. Second period after this.
Y'all are about to see the wrong. A special stumble tonight after the Olympics on NBC.
Get ready for fiery fun on DraftKings Casino, the #1 online casino experience and home of the largest funnest cash eruption collection. New players get 500 spins over 10 days on your favorite cash eruption slot. Play exclusive Riper Conte Del Pollo today and classic cash eruption tomorrow. We're talking red hot real. New players download the app, play $5 and get 500 total spins. Plus get a first day replay up to 1,000 in credit. It's the funnest fun you've ever fun on DraftKings Casino. I'm taking on RMS with Realty.
Breyanzi is a prescription medication for adults with relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis. Breyanzi is different. It's the only B-cell therapy approved for RMS that's given in 1 hour twice per day.
All right, we're going to get settled here for the start of the second period momentarily. We went through the festivities. I gave you the reset. I threw it in the board as well. The United States lead 2-0 after 1 against Slovakia. And we are 40 minutes away if this holds from being the result that I think everybody wanted outside of Slovakia and Finland today, as far as what will be the preeminent matchup before the closing medal ceremonies. Looks like the spread was set at 2.5 today. So it gave the United States actually a little bit of respect in this game against Slovakia. Again, I think Slovakia is still game for it. There were definitely times from the middle of the first toward the back end, they had those power play chances. If Slafkovsky had that pass in the middle of the slot, probably would be at least a 1-1 game. If not, could have been 2-0 the other way, a couple of those power plays. So we're going to get started here. Rosichka and Eichel will meet at center ice. And this will be won by Adam Rosichka, the former Flame. And started again. Slovakia has the all-blue jerseys with the white tops and the red in the middle with the crest. The United States have the white jerseys with the blue pants and the red striping. Slafkovsky absorbs a hit. And now the U.S. will rim this around the inboard for Fehervary. Hlavaj now chip it off the glass as it's picked up now for Brady Tkachuk and then sent toward the net. And a little bit of cross-checking here for the United States and Eichel and Brady Tkachuk. There's been some give and take. Brady got knocked down, and he is a little bit toward the back, I think, toward that scrum. A little hunched over. Slafkovsky punches him. And then Brady stands up, and then Fehervary comes in to try to clean up the mess. Fehervary could be caught with the extra here. He is. So Martin Fehervary with a very just stupid penalty. I really can't say it any other way. He draws the ire for Brady Tkachuk. He's the one that retaliates, and he's the one that goes to the box. Can't do that if you're Slovakia. So coming in is Fehervary, who just cleans out Tkachuk for no reason. Your team's already down 2-0, and you give up a power play goal to Tage Thompson. So first 30 seconds have expired in this period. U.S. one-timer blasted off the right side of the glass as Quinn Hughes settle it down for Austin Matthews. Now to the right side for Eichel. Left dot. Eichel surveys. Pass in tight for Matthews. That gets knocked away. Quinn Hughes shoots, and this is deflected. There to the left side dot again. Eichel by the boards. Eichel walks in closer toward the circle. Cross ice, one touch. Oh, it was a backdoor feed for Matthews just over his stick. That would have been dunked right into an open net. And now hooking call will be delivered. And we'll see who this is going to be on. If that is on Slovakia again, they are in serious trouble, but it's going to be Austin Matthews that gets busted for a hook. So let's see where this one is. Matthews just misses off the cross pass. Really shouldn't have there. There's no excuse for Austin Matthews to miss that. And then as he comes over, that is an awful penalty for Austin Matthews. Come on, 34. What are we doing? No reason to do that. Why would you chase anyway when you have the power play and you're up 2-0? You know what? The more and more I see it, again, I like Austin Matthews, Toronto Maple Leaf, USA. I don't think he should be the captaincy. I really don't. Over the last several years that we've seen, good player. I'm not saying he's not, but I think all the talk that we've had against Dylan Larkin, no, he's not a 60-goal scorer, but he kind of embodies that more than Austin Matthews does, in my opinion. Larkin on the 4-on-4. He'll get it now. Good feed out in front for Larkin as this will be Vincent Trocheck quickly get off the ice. So the power play expires for the U.S. and then Slovakia going to get another opportunity here and off the drop. This is picked up. Aguilar sends it across. Rister, this one hits the glass. And in the left side corner, just a couple of bad penalties so far between both teams to start, but Austin Matthews with the latest. Aguilar now across as Boldy picks it up. Jake Sanderson smartly will stop back in his own end, gets it up the gut for Boldy, finds the entry on his backhand at Boldy. One more pass for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes near the right side bumper. Hughes rides the wall. High slot wrister with the screen in front. That one saved by Hlavaj. And then settled back down. They were looking for Eichel there. Pavel Regenda now off the rushes. Cernak tries to get this one. Regenda will work his way in front of the net, but Quinn Hughes one more time steals. You can definitely tell how much of a difference he makes. Eichel on his backhand. Here's a little toe drag out in front one timer, gets blocked right out of the box. From Slovakia, Fehervary lead the rush. Good back check, Zakharensky, but it's turned over again. And this play is getting a little out of control as this gets sent back down for the U.S. This will technically count as another penalty kill if they can do so in 17 seconds. Nice play and across the wall for Eichel as this goes back to Juraj Slafkovsky. Dvorsky, he's got it. Dvorsky now, left side red line, fires it down deep. Connor Hellebuyck will stop it. And the brief power play for Slovakia, their third, gets denied. Austin Matthews out of the box. Make sure he stays out of the box for the rest of you. Don't need to give any more opportunities because you could have had another power play goal as Juraj Slafkovsky put this one up the ice. Dvorsky off the cross for Slav. That one goes to the point. High slot wrister held by Hlavaj. Tomas Tatar was there, but no rebound at 16:29. Shot misses the net. Tage Thompson able to flip this into an open corner. This one bounces off a stick, so it will not be iced. Larkin now, and I'm trying to get a chase. He's out there now near the left side boards, and Slovakia will just give this right to the United States, who's content to slap shot back around from 100. Just joining us, Dylan Larkin and Tage Thompson have the goals here for the United States in the first. Nothing so far on the second as Slovakia goes up sides. Jack Eichel, a goal, 4 assists, and 5 points and +3. He's had a good tournament. Oh, he's such an excellent player. Again, if not Connor McDavid all those years ago, number one, Jack Eichel would have easily went number one. Sabres don't have him now. Vegas Golden Knights won a cup with him, but the Sabres are finally good now. They got Tage Thompson and a bunch of other young kids. Owen Power is another one of those that needs to kind of build up some of that. Former number one overall pick. As this one gets flipped back to Connor Hellebuyck, stops it with the stick blade. You think if the United States gets to a third goal, that might be enough. You would have to imagine Slovakia is still dangerous enough to at least score 2. Dvorsky up the gut. 2-on-1 developing. They attempt to go back to Dvorsky instead of the cross pass. That was probably a safe play, more so. They should have went for the one that was even more open toward the middle. Probably could have scored. They like to go for just the shot on goal, and the U.S. iced the puck. Tom Brady got to celebrate with the Hughes family, and just showing that at 15:09. Again, goats and goats, because Quinn and Jack and all that, especially Quinn, you'd think right now could be a borderline Hall of Famer already. You get a few more of these years, you know he's going to be an automatic lock. because he's so damn good. Just hoping he would get into a Red Wings uniform at some point if he doesn't extend with the Minnesota Wild. This is picked up now for him. I don't want to take that away from the Wild fans who love to have him. Tomas Tatar dropped for Slafkovsky to the right side. Slafkovsky tried to throw it back to the point, but it's too far. Cernak are not going to be able to get there in time. And another penalty is called against the United States. I think this is the fourth one. So a little bit too undisciplined. Tatar taken down, boldly touch. We're going to have to see what the call is going to be. U.S. going to go back to the kill for the fourth time. And if that's Matthews again, get him off the ice. Is that Austin Matthews again? I'm trying to be neutral here. So Charlie McAvoy going to get a high stick. It's McAvoy's second. Austin Matthews already got one. So Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs right now aren't doing so well for Team USA. And that's a hook right toward the dome of the head of Tomas Tatar. He didn't keep his stick up. Brady Tkachuk, they try to run at him, and Tkachuk just gets out of the way. And one of the Slovaks hurts themselves. That was Erik Cernak. So McAvoy, second of the game on the penalty box, a high stick. Slovakia, this is their fourth power play opportunity here. And this one is going to be full, you would think at least. The last one was abbreviated because Austin Matthews got a little bit of a trip. This one sent in. Connor Hellebuyck. This will be lipped back down the ice all the way. 0 for 3 in this game. Try not to go 0 for 4 as Slovakia. Is Martin Gernot. Let's send this one back down the ice, but Slovakia ices it on their power play. 15-10 on the shot board. U.S. still lead 2-0. Goals from Dylan Larkin and Tage Thompson, the Red Wings and Sabres products. Charlie McAvoy Sr., probably not too happy with his son taking a couple penalties, but his team still leads. We've got to clean that up. Anything that the U.S. does, if Canada's going to shoot themselves in the foot on Sunday, let them do it. You can't let the U.S. do it. You put the Canada power play back out there with Nathan McKinnon, Connor McDavid, Macklin Celebrini. I'm assuming Sidney Crosby going to work his way back in the lineup by Sunday, as he missed the first couple of games. Pavel Rogenda tried to feed it out in front, as this will be settled back down. Dvorsky, and off the bumper. This is the high slot. Gernot will get this one across, and this will be knocked away from Adam Ruzicka and flip back down the ice. 13:25 left to go in the second. John here with you on a solo call. Milano Cortina, site of the Olympic semifinals. U.S. trying to punch their ticket in the gold medal game where Canada awaits. They won 3-2 against Finland today. They were down 2-0. Came all the way back like Finland did the other day against Switzerland. Here is an opportunity. High slot Nemec. One more pass. Slafkovsky at the net for Tatar. And that one fought off by Connor Hellebuyck. In the left side bumper now. High slot Nemec. Head up. Slafkovsky. No look to Nemec. Right side. One timer. This one blocked. Slafkovsky. Left dot. This is Dvorsky now with the puck. Dvorsky. Back in behind the net with Tatar. Slafkovsky. Nemec. Back to Juraj. Another shot misses the net and goes back down the ice. 0 for 4 on the power play of Slovakia. U.S. still leads 2-0. Find the entry now. Nemec on his backhand. Wide open. What timer? What a shot block there for the U.S. 2-2 the other way. Trocheck. Here's Jake Sanderson now. High slot. Left side .US. They lap in behind the net now with puck possession. Pass out in front. Getzel gets denied by Harabai. 12 minutes left to go in the third. Left side blue line. Take the slap shot, Quinn Hughes. Pick this one up off the bumper now for Brady Tkachuk. As this works in behind the net. Good stick shot for the United States. Austin Matthews lost it in between his skates. Has not had a good game so far for the U.S. 11:45 left to go in the second. Martin Fehervary of the Washington Capitals. He'll give it right to Quinn. Quinn now, spin. Send it toward the net, deflected. As this works behind the net, he's looking for Getzel. Back at the point. This one gets knocked away. Boldy tackled on the right side of the ice by Fehervary. And Fehervary doing the same thing. He's got the Austin Matthews disease here with the interference. That'll be his second. And That is way too handsy for Fehervary. He's going to go back to the box. So just some awful penalties in the second period for both teams. And the United States gets another power play opportunity.
Look at you DraftKings, acting like the ultimate host. Out there hustling for your customers with all these ways to bet on sports. Make sure there's something for everyone. I mean, guys, you got props, same-game parlays, live bet. You guys are in everything. And there's nothing for the guy that's in everything. Get that one sportsbook. New customers turn $5 into 200 different bets. They instantly advance fast. This round is yours. I respect hustle, DraftKings. Respect the hustle. We'll start the Montreal Canadiens and Team Slovakia. Juraj Slafkovsky going to the tablet, trying to figure out what's going on the power play, but I don't think he's going back to check this move. Paul Bunyan would have been a problem with this move here. With Slafkovsky and Charlie McAvoy, just come out of the belly box and right in the back of the leg. Referee's looking at it, says no penalty. Now, Fehervary does take a penalty, and Team USA is on that advantage. Hockey number 42, 2 minutes holding. Referee with the announcement, our already second penalty of the period. It's the third power play for Team USA. They are 1 for 2. Fehervary is trying to close as quickly as possible in this game, but an important penalty killer that sits in the box. United States with an opportunity to watch this thing open.
Eichel try to get this out after the ozone draw. He will. Picked up now, not cleared. Austin Matthews again. Can't get to his stick. Here's a wrister. And this one bounces off the outside of the cage for Matthews. Off the first save from Hlavaj. 1 for 2 on the power play is the US, but Fehervary takes his second of the period. Charlie McAvoy's got 2 in this game. And Austin Matthews has a penalty. As Eichel, back pass. This is picked up. Matthew Tkachuk. Now alongside for Eichel. Matthews, ripper, behind the net, not in. Hlavaj was never in the crease at all toward the right side dot and just missed an open net. Quinn Hughes, I think the initial save was made though. Quinn Hughes got it. Left side dot. Here is Matthew Tkachuk. Lefty on his backhand. Settle this back down for Austin Matthews. Matthews hold, give it back to Matthew. Chance bounces off the stick. Picked up here for Matthews. Left dot. Get it back now. He's near the bumper. Quinn Hughes. Now Jack Eichel left circle. Now Quinn Hughes high slot. Back to Jack. Slap pass. Traffic out in front. Tage Thompson tried to send it through. U.S. still with it. Austin Matthews. Here's a pass that is way too hard. Off of Jack Eichel's skates. This will be recollected by Matthew Tkachuk. Eichel. Quinn Hughes. Left side dot. Back to Jack. He goes across. Now to Matthew Tkachuk. Jack Eichel left dot. Matthew in the left side red line. Quinn. Jack. Left side dot shoots. This one is Hlavaj make the save. The United States power play going to expire. They're now 1 for 4. Jack Eichel. Back pass. Tkachuk. This one blocked from the right dot. This will go back to Jack now. Excellent puck possession for Eichel. Throws it back across for Matthew Tkachuk. He gets tied up. Bodied off the puck. Finally, Slovakia. This is kicked to Werenski. And now back into the neutral zone. That power play looked good. Matthews probably should have scored twice. He should have 3 goals in this game. As Hlavaj back in behind the net. This one played and just out for Matthias Sukol. It is Werenski. Finding the entry to the left side red line. Zach off the drop pass, collect off the back skate. It's still in Larkin now, left dot. Larkin with a ripper of a pass. Goes off the inboard. Sent to the net, scores! United States up 3-0. It bounces off of Matt Boldy and goes in. I think Larkin's going to get a secondary assist for that at least. But we will take a meeting here between the referees to see if that one is waved off for a kicking motion. 8:42 left to go in the second. Refs meet immediately there, so they might just wave this off. No goal. So they're going to say Matt Boldy kicked it in. We're going to take a break. 8:42 left in the second.
United States and Slovakia. Orszagh made it 3-1 after a John Cruz goal. And then Phil Kessel with the redirect that made it 6-1. The cricket goal. United States holds Slovakia 7-1. Preliminary round in Sochi 2014.
So that goal was immediately waved off, as we said. The secondary assist from Larkin bounced off the skate of Boldy. It's redirected in. 2-0 still, both from the first for the United States. Both teams went 0 for 2 on the power play here, which is some silly mistakes for both teams, but it's still 2-0. As it's picked up now on the forehand. Nice play and off the whirlwind as this will be settled back in, but not kept in, though. Simon Nemec tried to make some moves. As Fehervary got to stay out of the box now. His pass gets deflected. Slovakia get this across the left side wing and a good hit knocks the puck away. Some physical contact near the players' benches. We got 7:55 left to go in the middle frame. Drumming with you on the solo goal. Semifinals. U.S. leads Slovakia 2-0. Looking for a date for Canada in the gold medal game 8:10 in the morning. Rister scores! What a series of moves for the United States and Jack Hughes. Haven't seen that in a while. And he absolutely undressed the defense. Slovakia wants to take a look to make sure that it was onside. Right now they are playing free bird here as they beat Hlavaj. I just want to make sure that it is. So we know the last one didn't count. The U.S. would have already been up by 3. Hughes blows by the defense and rips it. Top left corner. He got right around Matthias Sukol, and he put him into a turnstile. Tomas Tatar Tomas Tatar gets blown right by, and that is a bomb of a wrister for Hughes. Eddie Olchuk is mentioning as this one's loose out in front and scored again on the backhand. Jack Eichel, it's 4-0. Brady Tkachuk was getting worked over there by Fehervary, and the puck went loose to the Vegas Golden Knight. Jack Eichel and Hlavaj is on life support here. 4-0 United States. They're going to be going to the gold medal game. We're going to take you all the way through it nonetheless, unless we get a collapse. But the U.S. having some fun as this one gets dumped in on the left side corner. Cernak turns it over, and a backhand roof chop for Eichel. 4-0 United States. As that was Hlavaj got a piece of it with the left pad, and Tomas Tatar, he knows it now after that play that he was beat by Jack Hughes. Eichel then finishes on the backhand. So Hlavaj is pissed in behind the net. I don't blame him. Stanislav Skrivanik will be the new goaltender of record. I'm going to get that in my notes. We've got a lot to type as far as what is left. 19 saves for Hlavaj when that's all said and done. So Jack Hughes and Jack Eichel have the goals for the United States. 4-0. They've scored 2 in both periods, and they are in cruise control at this point. Even after a couple of really bad penalties alongside for Matthews and McAvoy, and you could say for Fehervary in his scene too, as this one's loose out in front. Matthews tried to get it clear. He threw it right in front as it's Koch. He's got it now. Pick this one on the left side and work his way behind the net. Reverse hit. This gets canceled off Brock Faber. Got a piece of it. It's Jacob Slavin. There's a broken stick blade on the ice in the U.S.'s defensive end. And this will be sent back down. Fehervary rimming around. United States throw it back in. And Sukal will go left to right. United States feeling comfortable here, and so am I at this point. Kind of thought that might be the way that this goes, but a multi-goal win for the United States. But there was a couple times where it was just right there for Slovakia. Here's a chance, and a good back check there for Jacob Slavin. We'll knock it away. Noah Hannafin. Now Tage Thompson. So at the left side glass, this will be rimmed around the end boards now. Picked up for United States with numbers as this goes to the left side corner. Tage Thompson tries to find it. Gernot knocks it away. And Sikel will push this one ahead for Slovakia. We flip back down. Broken stick is on the right side red line of the United States. And Connor Hellbuck in the D zone as Noah Hannafin takes a hit. Tage Thompson. He'll take a long flip. Picked up nicely off the back skate. Slovakia will steal as this will be settled down. 4-0 is the deficit for Slovakia here. And it certainly feels like their dream is going to end with 5 minutes left to go in the second. Still another whole period to call, though. Rimmed around the end boards now for Dylan Larkin. No mistakes. That's all you want to say for the United States. Coach will settle this one back down, and he'll get it back on the right side dot. As this is bouncing off the skate. U.S. wanted an ice. They're not going to get one. And Ocular gets taken off the puck. United States rush this one off the ice. Here's a drag. It's out in the middle of the slot. Turnaround shot. And Skrivanik is the new goaltender of record. No shots on goal against him just yet. This is picked up now off the spin and turn. Nice slot for the United States. This is sent on. Trocheck put towards Skrvanik, and this is settled back down now for Czechia, or Slovakia, excuse me. As this will be flipped back down the inboards. Be a tie-up, a finish of a hit there for Slovakia and Ocular. He loses the puck to Charlie McAvoy. And near the left side bumper, Vincent Trocheck now will get chase. Go ahead and take their changes for Mike Sullivan's squad. 3:45 left to go in the second. Here is Brady Tkachuk. Had it for a moment. Fehervary, and now away from the play. I don't know if Brady Tkachuk this time will take a penalty for a cross check. He has been in a battle with Fehervary, and you know what? He's probably getting sick, getting hit so many times. The U.S. is up by 4. I don't think they're going to care about the penalty at this point, if that is what's going to be called. Let me look on the live sport box just to give you the clarification here. We got the goaltending swap. Ocular is the one that's going to go to the box, so it'll be another U.S. power play. U.S. power play again. It's their 5th. They are 1 for 4 right now. I guess they didn't count the half, but it is technically their 5th at this point. Ripper as Skrvanik. I'll watch this one get blocked. Again, Hlavaj has been pulled, so Stanislav Skrvanik now is the new goaltender record from Bonfield, but he's not going to be getting a loss. As Quinn Hughes, not a Matthews. Like to see him pot one. Touch pass from Matthew Tkachuk. Looking for Tage Thompson. Right side dot, it's Matthews. Matthews, extra pass to Matthew Tkachuk. Austin Matthews. Nice slot. Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes now. Jack Eichel back out there. He's had a wonderful game. He always does. Eichel. Now for Quinn Hughes. He fans on the 1T. And this will allow Liska to send this one down to Connor Hellebuyck. Power play for the United States. Their 5th has 45 seconds left in it, but they are up comfortably 4-0. This is turned over. 3-on-2 developing, and Connor Hellebuyck makes the first save. This is picked up down near the left side blue line off the redirect, and Hellebuck's got that too. And we will see Jack Eichel get tied up a little bit alongside for Milos Klimanen, who picked up the first penalty that gave the United States a 2-0 lead with Tage Thompson on the power play goal. Chancing off the rush there as Austin Matthews, again, looks a little bit slow. I hate to keep picking on him, but it just looks so nonchalant for 34. It's not the same player he was years and years ago as far as goal scoring, but he probably is playing injured. His body, even if he is off, probably still score 35 goals every time. You're not going to get 60, but 35 is something you also don't sneeze at. But he's not trying to be the offensive guy unless it's the power play for this team. You got a lot of depth. But again, I treat him the way that these guys treat Larkin nationally. That's how I feel about Matthews. He's just kind of there. And Larkin is the guy that kind of carries. This is off the drop. Here's Werenski. One more touch. Zach's got it now. 15 seconds in the power play and a broken stick off the one-timer for the shot attempt for Matt Boldy. He's got to go to the bench. Werenski now down to 5 seconds. Play at the net for Brady. Could shot that one knocked away. Here's Getzel. Werenski by slot. Power play expires. The U.S. 1 for 5, but they score right after that. 5-0 United States. It is Quinn Hughes. 1:36 left to go in the second. I said Quinn. I apologize. That is Jack. Let me just take a look off the redirect. This one goes off the inboards, and Jack Hughes is there from an obscure angle near the left side red line. And as that bounces back around, it is Skravanek that can't recover. 5-0 U.S. Larkin, that could be 2 penalties. Big contact. Getzel gets knocked down. Coach going to get an interference call. Larkin got hit really hard. 23 seconds left to go in this second period. And now we get a little bit of a technical difficulty from Peacock. Coach going to go to the box. And I will come back and let you know what's going on. So yeah, Coach definitely got an interference, and he should have got a slashing call against Dylan Larkin as he got tripped. So United States gets their 6th power play, and make sure I have that counted correctly. Again, these are ones that all need to be called. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 1 for 4 in this game. They're not counting the offsetting that it should have been. Here's another opportunity for the United States. They've scored 3 times in this middle frame to lead 5-0. Here's a chance for Austin Matthews to stop by Skravanek. And then another one gets gloved at the end. But the United States, they're in commanding position. They got a power play 2 when we start the third. They lead 5-0. Hopefully Larkin's okay. He popped back up. And then there was a cross check after that. Everybody wants to get physical with Brady Tkachuk. That's not smart. Take a lot of penalties there with Fehervary in that period. The United States power play doesn't activate, even though they've got their 5th opportunity. They scored 3 even strength goals. Jack Hughes with a couple in that period alongside Jack Eichel. It's 5-0.
It's time to check in. And whether you're going from Anchorage to Milan, from deep breaths to big air, or from 3 below 0 to 2nd to none, the biggest journeys of life don't start at kickoff.
well for Whole Foods Market. Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Hlavaj.
The IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
With symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. Remission at 12 weeks. 1 year. And even 2 years.
Stats 26-13 on the shot board.
Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Hlavaj.
15-5 in that period. Face-offs 22-15 for the United States.
That is what I fought for.
8-8.
Don't settle for that. Try using TV for free and see why it's rated the #1 live TV service.
Power plays. 0 for 4 Slovakia.
And your intense dad won't take credit for it. Kraft mac and cheese. Best thing ever.
For small business owners, taxes is more questions than answers.
1 for 5 if USA doesn't score here. Heading into the third. So let's get you settled. Fehervary with a dumb penalty in the second as he cross-checks Brady Tkachuk. Then a silly play by Matthews to chase in the 4-on-4 ends up unfruitful. US should add a power play there. Slovakia doesn't take the cross pass. Slav gets his shot blocked on a 1T in the slot. McAvoy gets busted on a high stick with Fehervary. Now there's a holding call against Matt Boldy. Again, terrible penalties in the middle frame so far. Slovakia was 0 for 2 in the period in the power play. They're 0 for 4 in total. USA gets its second as well. Puck from Larkin in the secondary pass goes off the skate of Boldy and immediately does not count. 8:42 left of the second frame. Jack Hughes embarrasses Tatar. Toe drag gets by him, freezes him to score. In the right corner, Eichel and Cernak. Cernak getting the physical there with Tkachuk. Turns it over. Eichel scores in the backhand. Hlavaj is pulled at 4-0. His day was done. He takes the loss with 19 saves. Aguilar takes another penalty as they hit Brady Tkachuk again. Right at the end of the power play, Renski misses. Shot goes off the inboards. Jack Hughes scores left side red line. Koch lucky then at the end of the period to only get one penalty. Cross check is called. The Larkin trip is not. U.S. leads 5-0 after 2. Shots on goal 26-13 USA, 15-5 in the period. Face-offs 22-15 USA, 8-8 in the period. Power plays 0 for 4 Slovakia, 1 for 5 United States.
But it is super high skill, it is intense, it is fast, and it is physical. When you play that,
Give you a reset here. 5-0 after 2. Here are your goals from the second period.
Come to the Michigan area and they play for Team USA under 17, under 18. And a lot of those teammates have connected on these goals we've watched. How has the growth overall of American hockey been impacted by that program?
It's never been better because A, it's more opportunity, and it is the same for girls and women. It's the same exact thing where we can compete with the top countries. Look, Canada is our biggest rival without question. We may not be theirs until Team USA can beat them on the biggest stage. But the fact of the matter is that you can take the top 50 Canadian-born players and the U.S. can finally take the top 50 American-born players and say, we can play you head-to-head and we can be just as competitive and have the most success. But a lot of these players, to your point, Mike. They play together, they train together, they know each other. Yeah, they battle against each other in the National Hockey League season, but there is a great connection outside the brothers of the construction. It feels like a family for all these guys, for some that have come through the development program. And the development program, all due respect, Mike, isn't for everybody. So if you get selected, it's great, but there are other avenues that you can get to the National Hockey League, and you see a great mix of Team USA. Team USA is in good hands moving forward.
If I put the C on your vest there and ask you to go in and talk to the boys in the room, give me 15 seconds of what you tell them right now. 20 minutes away from the gold medal game.
Play whistle, continue to play hard, stay out of shenanigans, and we've dreamed about the opportunity that will present itself in about 40 hours from right now. Let's go finish this thing off and get ready for our tribal on Sunday.
It's hard not to think about Sunday morning, but we can, and man, it looks like fun. Hopefully we'll see you there on Sunday.
All right, Mike, thanks.
Hey, the old check, Kenny Albert back with Brian Boucher and Catherine Tapper coming up for the third period. In a little bit, men's hockey perfect way to kick off this final weekend of the games. Jack Hughes with a couple for Team USA in the middle stands. He'll join Catherine Tapper on the other side of this.
Something to look forward to tomorrow at Genge.
Judge. This spring, MLB has a new home. See you soon. Love animals? So do we. That's why our February Go For It is Stock the Shelter. We're collecting new and loved pet supplies for the
Good shape, feeling calm. We got one more period left. US up 5-0 after 40. And again, you don't take anything for granted. US penalty kill aside, a couple of those you maybe not like to see happen, but they've been about as strong as it could be asked for here for the first 40. Now it's just about finishing it off. We'll see if they can do so. I'll be right back.
My pain diagnosis was sciatica on my right leg, which was causing significant trouble for me skating, being active, getting a good night's sleep.
I've had your pain. I feel your pain. And oftentimes we stop the pain without surgery.
Heal bulging, herniated, and degenerative discs naturally with non-surgical, non-invasive intradisc nutrosis. Get 50% off your treatment plan. Call 586-416-DISC.
All that pain I used to have to deal with on a day-to-day basis is gone.
The 11% rebate is here. Stock up at ours. All prices are value after 11% rebate. Clean up with 42-count Tide laundry pods. Just $9.78. A 50-pack of double-roll paper towels is only $12.45. Stay organized with a 30-ounce of just $8.89. A 4-tier shopping at only $17.79. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards events to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
The 25th Olympic Winter Games on NBC are brought to you by Honda, proud partner of Team USA.
Back in Milan, we'll give you the second period highlights brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. Dylan Martin Tage-Thompson scored for the U.S. in the first, up 2-0. Second period, continued control by the U.S. What a move by Jack Hughes. And the outward, who's talking about Patrick Kane was his inspirational Showtime Sally there. 3-0 USA. Then 19 seconds later, the United States jumps right back on it. Jack got for the backhand, but the two brothers causing trouble back behind the net. Got the puck out to Eichel, makes it 4-0 USA. Only change for Slovakia, no change in success. Zacharovsky, this was not a pass, but it works out as an assist. As Jack Hughes is back on the other side for his second of the period. United States 5-0 Slovakia through 40 minutes. In 2010, when the U.S. played Canada for gold, Canada won the semifinal by 1, the U.S. by 5. Here we are right now, double up Slovakia in shots as well, controlling the game, and made a score a pair in the second, standing by with Catherine.
Jack, you guys really turned things up here in the second period. 2 goals from you as well. How did you guys take your game to another level?
Yeah, obviously, I think we had a couple power plays there. I think in the first we were on the kill a good amount. So yeah, that was just a good period for us. And we just got a deep team, right? So we can roll those teams over. But we just got to play hard in the third and keep tightening our game up, and just keep at it.
Things started to get a little chippy there at the end of the period. How do you guard against things getting out of hand in this game?
Yeah, I mean, they're a proud country, so they want to come out here and they don't want to get embarrassed. They want to play hard, play fast, and they're playing hard out there. We've got some goals, but it's still a hard, fast hockey game out there. So we just got to keep going, and they're a proud country, so they're gonna keep coming hard.
You guys are 20 minutes away from advancing to the gold medal game. How do you finish this game off?
Yeah, just play smart. We obviously have a good lead, so we just gotta keep the play in front of us, be smart about it, and dial in for 20 more minutes and then gear up for the gold medal game.
Jack, appreciate the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
They won't say if they know who's weak. Canada, gold medal game. But it's tight when it was in the semifinal earlier today. Haven't seen nothing early back. Haven't seen one. Taste Thompson with the blast record. Shea Taylor with the blast. Over the top of the blue line, tied it at 2 halfway through the third. Then on the power play in the final minute, Nathan McKinnon one-timer sneaks it in. He was out there the entire power play. The whole unit was. And Canada escapes Finland, beating UC Saros 3-2. This was so close to offside. Long look on a challenge, they say. Back when celebrating skate, it was just onside, not offside. So Canada celebrates the challenge and the victory. 3-2. That's left innings in between the pipes. The Canadians wait for the U.S. So Finland will play Slovakia, barring a miraculous comeback in the third period in tomorrow's bronze medal game. And we're reporting towards Canada-U.S. for the gold Sunday morning live on NBC and Peacock. No better way to start a Sunday than that. Gold on the line. U.S. wins this game. They'll guarantee a medal in hockey. They'll be the 30th in the United States. 29 already locked up. 2 today, including Alex Ferrer's gold in freestyle skiing halfpipe. And just a short time ago, during that second period, Corinne Stoddard.
Most ever medals, 29 for Team USA in overseas winter games. So they got 29 now. They're going to be guaranteed 30 because they can get at least a silver against Canada on Sunday. They want gold. Obviously, we all want to see it here locally if you're in the States. But pretty damn good Olympics for the United States. It's a fun game to watch. We're glad I'm able to actually cover the United States. I know we could have won with the closer game between the USA and Finland, but I haven't covered the United States yet in this Olympics. Might as well get used to the power play units and the way they operate, kind of deal with it the same way the 4 nations. That's kind of what I thought here. Yeah, we could have won Canada, Finland, and got all the numbers again like we've been able to do. I appreciate you guys jumping in between the YouTube side, maybe not as much today, but in throughout the Olympics, just be able to get these streams. And then we'll see what happens because Monday I want to try, probably going to go out to eat porn on tomorrow or Sunday. I have to take a nap after that game and then do that. But Monday, I want to try to get the Spurs and the Thunder Pistons games done for Monday and Wednesday. That would be nice to be able to do.
Introducing the new GLP-1 pill. It's the same weight loss ingredient as the shot. Now, in a pill. The first ever FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss on road. With an innovative formula that finally unlocks real GLP-1 results in a pill. 1 pill a day to lose 14% of your body weight in a year. The lowest priced FDA-approved GLP-1 ever. Now on road. Thank you.
That is amazing. For 2 weeks, we're all on the same team. 5 minutes, 5 hours. Comcast NBCUniversal is proud to bring the Olympics home to America.
That's all they get. Love it. Great box up there. Let's not support the box. That's our friend was.
U.S. Brothers Battalion, Brady Kachuk and Matthew Kachuk, 4 goals, 2 goals, 2 assists, 6 assists. That is 10 points plus 6 from Matthew Kachuk. And then Jack and Quinn Hughes. Boys are working, pair brothers on both sides. And United States, you feel good because you know it's 5-0. You feel like you're going to win this game. And regardless of what happens, don't think there's any way you give up 6 unanswered in the third period and lose. But now you kind of take everything else, calm it down, take a deep breath, and then focus in for Sunday because you know who your opponent's going to be. So here we go. Single going to take this draw against Dylan Larkin as we get set to start the third period. Essentially, this could be the victory lap. Cooper Hopkins and I talked about that initially when you had the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers the first time that they made the finals under their current structure there, when you had Bennett and Kachuk and Reinhardt, and the Vegas Golden Knights were able to take that victory lap knowing that the game was done. United States certainly get to do that. They still have $1:26 left to go of power play time. This is their 5th power play opportunity. They would be 1 for 5 if they don't score. They're out shooting Slovakia 26-13. This has been their most dominant game. We knew that Sweden game was going to be tight. You get out of that, you figure it out. Because if the United States didn't win that game, you could easily see Sweden go to the final. You could have saw Finland and Sweden. It could have been a gold medal matchup. As this will go the other way, Slovakia will play this one back, at least kill some time on the U.S. latest power play. As this one bounces, we settle back down now. Connor Hellebuyck's still out there, even in the 5-0 game, as it's Austin Matthews. Here for Matthew Kachuk. And that shot will go just wide. Scrivonic. We got a piece of it for a moment. I promise I'll get that right at some point. And Quinn Hughes on his back pass. Christopher Larkin is off the stick of Scrivonic and up and on a play as the first minute has expired in the third. So if you're just joining us, we knew what happened in the morning. Finland was up 2-0. Canada comes all the way back. Nathan McKinnon, Nate Dogg on the power play from Connor McDavid makes it a 3-2 final. Finland, they were able to get that comeback against Switzerland because it could have been Switzerland and Canada, honestly, too, in that quarterfinal game. But they come back and win, but they can't hold the lead against Canada. So now the United States, after 2 leads, 5-0 to Slovakia. Looks like they're going to be playing for bronze and alongside Finland. One-timer. That one gets deflected away from Nelson and then glove down. Opportunity now for Jack Hughes. Got a couple of goals in this game. Jack, nice move across the left bumper. Jack now back in behind the net. Patient for the red side red line goes to Zakaransky. Zakaransky's been excellent. Jack Hughes touch pass, one-timer blocked again. Another one sent toward the net as Scrivonic will go up and on a play. Yes, he has. be a D-zone draw. And this we picked up off the backhand. Austin Matthews steals to Jake Getzel. Just flip it in the corner. Skrivanik, he gave it up, and then Getzel fired it on quickly near the left post, and Skrivanik will hold down. Shot board 27-13 USA. They lead 5-0 in this game. Now, again, I apologize for the game being so much of a blowout. Tage Thompson in the tunnel. Precautionary reasons, he will be out. So Tage Thompson, I think, is going to be okay for Sunday, but they're just going to make sure to get him his rest, considering where the scoreline is. So Tage Thompson was good in this game. He's not going to finish it, but I don't think that it's going to be anything of significance. Probably a little bit less significance than even the Crosby injury, but I expect Sydney to be there on Sunday morning. This will be flipped back down the end boards, and the U.S. have iced it. So Eddie Olczyk mentioned it too about the U.S. power play. You have to think about that on Sunday. Now, I believe precautionary reasons for Jack Eichel is this is played by Connor Hellebuyck, or Tage Thompson, that he's out of the lineup. Jack Eichel and Vinny Trocheck are the only other right-handed shots. And Tage does everything, and he's such a big body, so forceful as well, that would be something that if they missed him on Sunday, kind of like how they're already missing Crosby. McKinnon's still playing, but I don't think the United States can afford to lose somebody like Tage Thompson, because even the impact that he's made, he didn't have him at Four Nations, he didn't have Robo either. We have to bring him in there as well. So this is stuck toward the left side corner now. The puck's still moving, but it's a scrum, and it's just killing time away. And that's the last thing Slovakia needs, is U.S. can't hold the line after the puck finally got out to the left side blue line. Sanderson for Hughes gets bodied off the puck now. Now, I know Eddie Olczyk didn't say it that way. I hope he didn't mean it. You're up 5-0. You should be able to survive without Tage Thompson. You're just thinking about Sunday for everything else. That I would completely understand, as it's picked up now by Sanderson. And then this pass coughed up across center ice. Back to Slovakia in their own end. As they'll start one more time. It is Erik Cernak. Had this one up the gut for a moment. This is in the high slot. Regenda will throw it back, deflected, and Hellebuyck will hold. Sanderson going to keep it clean. Marty Pospisil, no stranger to the physical contact. He's still trying to give it as good as he can. I thought he's in a decent game, even with the scoreline, all things considered. Now, tomorrow, I will be watching a little bit of that bronze medal game as I make my way to the parents' house. 2:40 Saturday p.m. Eastern on USA. The morning game will be on NBC, 8:10 a.m. Eastern. We will have that one for you. But I will be watching a little bit of Finland and Slovakia just to see what would be next. But it will be USA-Canada, the matchup that I think everybody has been looking forward to, the rematch from the Four Nations, essentially with the same team. Now, the U.S. did add Tage Thompson. Like I said, he got injured. And I think it's precautionary. It should be okay for Sunday. We'll see once the USA account does mention anything tomorrow, if they do. As this is on the left side bumper, Brock Faber. Push this one back. As Brady Tkachuk takes a couple of hits, gets sandwiched. And this is on the left side red line. Tomas Tatar We'll see if Slovakia can at least avoid the shutout as this is played out in front. Hlavaj, they score. He could not get back into the net. He was a little too careless. Good forecheck there for Slovakia. That makes it 5-1. It is Juraj Slafkovsky with the goal. Juraj Slafkovsky makes it 5-1. That is the mistakes that you cannot have happen. They get another goal here in the next 2-3 minutes to start to make things at least a little bit interesting. After the Slafkovsky goal on the Hlavaj mistake, Austin Matthews got denied off the rush, and now Skrivanek will make that save. Again, it's 5-1 now. Juraj Slafkovsky with another goal. He's had a terrific tournament, just like he did 4 years ago in Beijing when he was a 17-year-old. Now he's still just 21, so you're going to think several more Olympics for Juraj Slafkovsky as the lead engine for the Slovak team, as this is ripped back in. 6 minutes have expired. U.S. still lead now, but it's 5-1. As this is a race for the puck now. Here's JT Miller off the tie-up. This will be sent back around the inboards now. For a moment, it was Martin Manishin who turned the puck over as JT Miller whips this one back around. Still working behind the net is JT, the New York Rangers, former Canuck. JT used the body. Was pushes away. Sanderson back help through the point. Brock Nelson held that line. Try to get this one right in front of the net, and Slovakia will clean it up. Work up the middle. This is canceled off by the United States and settle back down at 13:15 of the third. No icing. Sanderson now will give it a courtesy chase. United States steal. It is Quinn Hughes on his backhand. Leave this across the left side bumper here. Larkin with a pass for Jack Hughes. Rebound. Skrivanek was down. He made the save initially. That was a great play from Larkin to Jack Hughes. Ripper of a shot. Jack was looking for a hat trick. Hughes with a loft up the ice. And now Jack up the skate back. Big hustle there for Jack. Goes to his brother Quinn. Quinn's got it now. Rimming around the inboards now from the left side red line. This will be picked back up now for Martin Juraj. 12:30 left to go in the third. Juraj Slafkovsky's finally opened the scoring for Slovakia. They're still down 4. That was a misplay for Hlavaj. Rister, that one fought off for Hlavaj from Tomas Tatar. One-timer blocked out in front. Slafkovsky had it blocked. Tatar lifted. It is Matthew Tkachuk to his brother Bray. Ripper, and Skrivanek makes the save with a glove on a breakaway. Ruzicka and Fehervary.
Pretty good number 1 overall picks there, Kenny. Playing in these Olympics. Maximum Green with 5 goals for Canada. Slafkovsky, first overall, 22. Jack Hughes in 2019. Boston Matthews, you see the name in your names. Steve Rossi.
Austin Matthews, as we come back from his break, wins the draw. Brock Faber holds it in, and Skrivanik almost runs into his defenseman there, Matthias Sukol, trying to help him hold on to it. Shot board at 33-16. Slovakia finally got their first goal of this game. Juraj Slafkovsky, who else, made it 5-1, but the U.S. still comfortably ahead. Austin Matthews against Sukol one more time. Got Getzel to his left from this camera shot. As Matthews gets his stick down, wins it again. Played up the back pass for Morensky. Risker, this one blocked. Picked up now as Matthews will throw this in the corner. Back in at the point now for the United States. As this will be picked up across the right side bumper. Noah Hannafin is the one of the last man back as Boldy used the forearm to shove, keep himself some space. Good passing across the right side boards. Orensky plays this off the bumper to Boldy, right side. Patient there. Hannafin. Orensky now. Tiptoes. Try to stick chop it to keep it alive toward the left side for Getzel. Sets up a one-timer. Skrivanik with an incredible save. As that one is glove back down. Can't be played with a broken stick. So Slovakia got to get off the ice and Peter Cernak. 11:05 left to go in the third. Looking a long time to break out here for Slovakia. They'll try to do so up the gut, as it'll be Jake Sanderson coming around the horn now. And all the way back down the ice, be blown dead against the Americans at 10:56. $10:30 left to go in the third. U.S. have it on the left side red line. This puck eludes J.T. Miller. And this pass then will get picked off now by Jake Sanderson. Connor Hellebuyck finally concedes one to Juraj Slafkovsky, but it's still 5-1. Big slapper. This one will be fought off by Skrivanik. That was let go by the United States. We'll get a number on that in a moment. As this will be chipped back down deep. Picked up by the United States, remembered it around the end boards. That was Brock Nelson, the one that let go of that slap shot. Start again now. Quinn Hughes to the right, he's got it. Quinn, 43, off the drop. Here's Dylan Larkin now. A couple of U of M teammates, this gets turned over. Quinn Hughes got a little bit up too tight. No problem though for the U.S. We'll slap it around the end boards again on the right side. Cross ice feed. Here's Quinn Hughes. Got a deft set of hands. Larkin with a back pass. This one up the gut. Off the back check, and Connor Hellebuyck fights it off at the left pad for Tomas Tatar. That was one of the rare mistakes the U.S. had made in this game. 9:25 in the third. We will take a break. Get set to finish this one off. U.S. up 5-1, looking to go to the gold medal game.
The next chapter of performance is here. With Rockford all-wheel drive, you can feel it. And interiors refined to elevate every line. One thing's clear: performance never goes out of style.
You can get so hyper fixated on winning, but
when you can embrace and see how much you're supported and loved, that's winning.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Dove Juniors.
Of course.
Third parties remember Liberty Mutual could save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
Why don't you come sit with us?
Oh, this look only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Now the United States with a 5-1 lead is going to back to the United States and Canada at the Four Nations last February. There's Matthew Tkachuk and Brandon Hagel. Brady Tkachuk battling Sam Bennett, his brother's teammate in Florida. And then it was Casey Miller and Colton Parayko. 3 fights in the first 9 seconds in that game. Canada 3-0 against the United States in the medal rounds. Mentioned the gold medal game.
Let's get back into the play-by-play as the U.S. It's in their own zone right now. Tomas Tatar trying to get this one out. Picked up now toward the right side. Noah Hannafin off the long outstretched pass. It's a break. It's Brady Tkachuk back in. He scores! 6-1 United States. The 5-goal lead's restored. 9:08 in the third. Brady Tkachuk had a couple of breakaways in this period. He's now 1 for 2. So Brady Tkachuk, he's had the physicality, a couple breakaways. Now he gets a goal. He's been outstanding. Again, the USA goal in the first and the third answers the one from Slovakia as the lead's restored back to 5. And you're feeling really good right now. Now, as we said in the open of this third, all that's left to figure out is what happens with Tage Thompson on Sunday. Hope that that's just precautionary, as Catherine Tappan said. And Matthew Tkachuk will get tied up. He had the Eichel line back out there. Again, the score chyron has gone away, so all I can tell you is what I see. Here is Getzel try to set up the 1T for Werenski, and this pass will get picked off. The United States have to recollect one more time on their own end. One-timer, Hlavaj fights it off with the left of the stick. 6-1 is the score. Getzel letting off the rush for Matthews, and Jake will chase the outside corner. Great pass. Matthews. He does not shoot. One-timer then set up on the wrist. Man, I want Matthews to shoot that. As it's picked up now for Quinn. Quinn, down to the left side. It's Matt Boldy trying to get the time back here in this period that had gone away from NBC. They're trying to fix that. As it's picked up now for Koch on the back end. And Slovakia up the gut, immediately turned over again. The United States defense has been excellent. As Boldy on the backhand, excellent move. Works his way to the right dot. Here's a chance sliding for Matthews. He couldn't pick it up. I mean, he probably should have a hat trick in this game for number 34. As I say that, though, I mean, he hasn't been bad, but a couple of penalties and some other things. And alongside for Matthews and McAvoy, like to see that cleaned up, but it is 6-1. Quinn on his backhand. Powers his way to the right side bumper and send it down deep. As this is recollected. Now back from Matt Boldy. He's been everywhere so far. One of the Slovakian players goes down. Quinn's got it now. Effortless entry across the left lane. Spin past his man. And in a high slot, Slovakian entry to give chase to it. Across the right side wall. Center toward Hlavaj and then sniped in. It is 6-2. Slovakia scores again. Regenda lifts the backhand. Kellerman and Fehervary again. Except for the couple penalties, also got a couple of points. So Pavel Regenda, Kellerman, and Fehervary. It is 6-2. Let me get back into the play-by-play in a second. I apologize here. Just want to get this typed in. So Fehervary's got his second. As we get a whistle, 5:40 left in the third. Brady Tkachuk from Vinny Trocheck, Noah Hannafin was the other. And I was on the break. We'll take a break.
Wouldn't be a problem if he brought his visa. Because no one is more accepted. The only card accepted at the meetings.
Pull back up the rosters here and close this one out. So that extra goal for Brady Tkachuk is big because otherwise, if the United States doesn't score and it's at 5-2, a little bit maybe that there would be some time, but now only 5:40 left. And again, as we said with Tage Thompson, I won't say that for the reporter to said it enough. We'll see what happens with him on Sunday. Again, as Catherine Tappan said, she said precautionary. That's what I'm hoping as well because they need Tage. So do the Buffalo Sabres. Can't have any of those injuries. Jacob Slavin, after Pavel Regenda has just scored in the run-off sides, now we're going to get, I think, a hand pass at 5:32 left to go. United States still up by 4. With 5:32 left, Canada is waiting on Sunday, 8:10 a.m. Eastern. Juraj Slafkovsky says, you have to play Brady Tkachuk because if you want to have, you have to play like Brady if you want to have success in the league. It's the kind of player I want to become. I think Juraj Slafkovsky's already that. I love this game for the Montreal Canadiens. Ken Hughes has done a phenomenal job for the Canadiens, and they should easily make the playoffs. We'll see if the Red Wings will hold. I think the Olympic break came for them at the right time. This is Eichel, and off the drop. Cernak sends it across. Pass up top, one-timer. One saved from Cernak by Hellebuyck. And flip ends from right to left. Jacob Slavin will take the long dump. And this will allow Slovakia to settle it down. Second time I did that, I apologize. Matthias Sukol, 4:50 left to go in the third. Get this one started alongside Cernak. Now Simon Nemec, the New Jersey Devils, as they look to break out in behind the net. Pavel Regenda, who's just scored, made it 6-2, but the U.S. still feeling good. Good play and alongside Quinn Hughes. While coming in to send this one back at the point. This is deflected before it ever hit Connor Hellebuyck. 4:20 left to go in the third. Johnny with you on this solo call. The U.S. trying to punch their ticket to the gold medal game. Boldy. Flip this one back down in behind the inboards. Austin Matthews. A couple stick battles directly in behind the net of Skrivanik. As this goes across the left side wall. Here's a turn. Cross pass feed will be over to the net. And Skrivanik just making sure that his equipment's okay. Vancouver 2010 flashback that they're showing. And keep showing that to me, and you make me sad when Sidney Crosby got the winner in overtime against Ryan Miller. It's the last time we've seen those two in the Olympics, and the Four Nations face-off was a little bit of a preview. Skrivanik lost a little bit of escape blade, so he is going to need some time to get repairs. Again, they already pulled Samuel Hlavaj, and his blade broke toward the left post. So usually you can pop those in, pop those out. Again, that's what Cooper Hopkins had already told me there. But as long as you got the blade, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But it's a big deal when it pops right out because you can't slide across. Try to get one back by Trocheck. It was, and now Slovakia spin and turn near the left side dot. High slot shoots near the left post as this goes toward the right side bumper. Berensky. Loose play out in front. Tatar with a good feed. That was a good save by Hlavaj with the right pad. This bounces over Slovakia. Take this one deep. Up the gut across the left with good hand-eye coordination. Knocked that one across center ice. Slafkovsky, a little dangle. Gets around now. Slafkovsky shot. Big rebound. And that was just away from the blade of Adam Ruzicka. Otherwise, it could have been 6-3. As this will be settled back down for Peter Cernak. Both teams will take a change and attempt to flip ends here. U.S. will steal. It's Jacob Slavin. Got Jake Sanderson with him as well. Pair of Jakes. Turn around now. Nice, beautiful bounce. Clayton Keller goes for a chance on Skrivanik and short side. It misses a little bit wide. 2:45 left to go in the third. Settle back down now. United States plays across the right side wall. Ruzicka finishes his hit. Ocular trying to find it. Dylan Larkin. We'll get a couple of stick chops out there and send it across the Slovakian defensive zone. Turnaround chance for Fehervary. A couple penalties, couple assists in this game. Was it 6-2? Flip back around. Picked up now for Genge. And this will be a backhand. Larkin gets it out the center ice. 2:10 left to go in the third. United States look to be headed to the gold medal game. As this is a long shot in on Hlavaj. It's played in front of Genge, but the first rebound was taken away. Now Brock Faber got some work to do. Throws this at the point. Good forecheck here for the Slovaks. And this pass will bounce. Vinny Trocheck try to play the lane as this one sticked away. Settle back down off the long flip. As Adam Liska, you get a whistle at 1:42 was the last to touch it. Now Cernak wants a piece of Matthew Tkachuk. And now Tkachuk throws one little fist, but Cernak's really trying to get the best of Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk's not retaliating all that much. He just wants to get the glove out of his face. Now Brady Tkachuk has the right arm on Cernak. Cernak's not stopping a throw against Matthew. 1:43 left to go. I don't think Matthew's doing anything out of the sorts. And I'm not trying to be kind to him for the former Flame and current Cat. But I think Erik Cernak getting a little too silly here. 1:43 left to go in the third. Let me get Alec Nava in here. Unless she's just listening in for the last 2 minutes.
Team USA, Team Canada for the gold medal. This game here, Mike Sullivan in the third period was really able to just go through his entire.
Alec, it is good to see you in this space. We're going to look to close this here. It looks like Slovakia going to get a power play at 6-2 United States. It looks like we're going to get the dream matchup we were waiting for Sunday morning.
We will. The Four Nations rematch. One matchup that we were highly anticipating ever since the Olympics. The NHL players are being brought back to the Olympics. And what a matchup. It's going to be a rematch of 2010 as well, with Crosby's golden goal. The hope for Canada is that Crosby will be available. It looks closer that he's going to be healthy for this particular game. But what a game it's going to be that we finally get a healthy Quinn Hughes this time around, a healthy Charlie McAvoy as opposed to last time.
Yeah, and again, that could be the difference makers. Again, if you're just joining in, Alec, the one thing of note that Catherine Tappan reported was Tage Thompson took a cross check and a little bit of the late contact at the end of the second. He did not play the third. They say it's precautionary, but if Tage is not available, that really kind of changes the power play look unit for the United States.
You're especially looking at that left circle that Jack Eichel normally uses, but
Right.
also can be used by Tage Thompson. That's where he loves to fire that blazing slap shot on the one-timer. That's his office. And United States power play, of course, it got a little mixed up with the absence of Tage Thompson. The penalty kill has been near perfect for USA, but they haven't had to face a power play like Canada's yet.
No, and it's going to be completely insane for what we see in the morning. I know you said you got some college plans and you'll be driving and all that stuff. I'll take the brunt of the play-by-play, whatever you can bring in. Just happy to have you here because it's been a while since you've been on a call. 10 seconds left to go in the third. Slovakia, they don't score here. They'll technically be 0 for 5 on their power play, and the U.S. will still be perfect. But that's it. As this puck's in the corner, Noah Hannafin gets it out. United States, they take care of what they were supposed to. They won 6-2 against Slovakia. Canada survived. They won 3-2 over Finland. They scored 3 straight to come back, and that is official now. 8:10 Sunday morning Eastern Standard Time on NBC and Peacock. USA and Canada one more time. I can't wait.
Here we go. We know the story from last year. It all began with the free fights in the opening 9 seconds of play, and then with the overtime winner from Connor McDavid, and now the two nations meet again here in Milan at the Santa Giulia Arena. Connor Hellebuyck versus Jordan Binnington. We've seen this again in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year with Hellebuyck's Jets prevailing in that Game 7 Classic. But this should be a cinematic affair between two basically all-star teams, star-studded rosters.
I'm going to say this before I let you go because I want to give our final thoughts. I know we're going to call the game on Sunday morning, and hopefully I'll be awake. But when we look at it, you mentioned it, in between McAvoy, who was not healthy, and then Quinn Hughes, the same thing. That can be a definite difference maker in the matchup for Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and say the United States, and I'm going to pick this a little bit with my heart, find a way to get a victory on Sunday. I don't think the game is going to go to overtime. I hope it does, but I do think it's going to be a one-goal game that the United States can find a way to pull out. But as you mentioned, the only way the United States can do that, they've got to be disciplined to not give Canada many power play opportunities, because even if Crosby doesn't come back, Michael Celebrini's had a great tournament, and you have Celebrini, McKinnon, and Connor McDavid on that line. They're absolutely unstoppable. So if the U.S. will win, they got to stay out of the box. I'm going to say it's going to be 4-3 U.S.
Yes, I feel it's going to be more of a low-scoring type of game, somewhere along the lines of a 3-2 or 2-1 type of game with how things are going. As of now, I've had a very hard time calling the winner of this one because it's very close. U.S. hasn't medaled since the miracle on ice in 1980 with the win over Finland. It was not over the Soviet Union. It was over Finland by then. But here, it's very mixed. USA doesn't have the center depth that Canada has, but it's pretty close between Eichel, Matthews, Larkin, Nelson, Miller, Trocheck. You name the centers here, and the wingers, they're just as strong as Canada's wingers too. Whoever Canada uses center, they put on the wings, and they're just as deadly as ever. It's going to be a very close one. But as of now, I've been mixed, and I know I'm going with a different way on this one. I think, in my opinion, it's going to be Canada until proven otherwise. But I would not rule out the United States in this one. It's just too close to call.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I'm just going to go ahead and make the prediction because I want to see the United States win to get some Four Nations revenge. But you're probably right. That's probably where I should lean. That's more emotional for me when everything else has been pretty analytical. But you never know because we're just waiting for the matchup. What we're really hoping for is a close game, like you said. We want OT. We want everything else. We'll see what we get. I can't wait for it. I'm glad we got the matchup, and it'll be good to hear your voice again on Sunday.
Oh, man. Can't wait, John. Yeah, well, all my head leans Canada. Emotionally, let's go USA.
We'll see what we get. It'll be a rough wait, but I know it'll be early Sunday in the morning, so get your caffeine, get everything else. Join us here on Sunday. We might be having a party here. Might be a little bit of a watch party, see who we can get in the space.
What about another caffeine person?
Oh, if you're not, then you're going to have to find a way to get it all natural with some breakfast. Yeah. You're going to have to.
Some tea or hot chocolate could help out.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Alec, we'll talk soon. I can't wait.
Can't wait, John. Let's go.
(6-2), your final. The United States wins. They take care of what they were supposed to. It does set up USA-Canada Sunday. Again, we talked enough about Tage Thompson. Hopefully that's only precautionary because they're going to need his firepower, defense, and everything else that he provides. We will see you Sunday morning, bright and early, 8:10 Eastern, 5:10 Pacific, 6:10, 7:10 Central. A lot going on, and don't miss it. It'll be fun. Peace.